Some of the dancers who worked with Sammy Davis Jr. over the years.
Paying tribute to Sammy Davis Jr. this morning.
Now we're going to go to the day's news. Here's Charles.
Jr. A wreath has been laid on his star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. In New York, the marquee at the Apollo Theater bids a final farewell. In the words of George Burns, Sammy Davis Jr. was the greatest entertainer in show business.
Everybody, we nursed it, rehearsed it, then we gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues.
Sammy Davis was among the most talented entertainers of the world. A dancer, actor, he could steal the show before he was 5. As a young man, he honed his talents in vaudeville and learned about prejudice as he tried. Student, even when he made it as a headliner, there were times he couldn't gamble or rent a room in some of the Las Vegas hotels where he performed. But Davis persevered, eventually falling in with Hollywood's heaviest hitters.
I'd like to thank the NAACP for this wonderful trophy.
He appeared in more than 20 movies, recorded nearly as many albums, and performed on television hundreds of times. Even the biggest stars remember him as an inspiration.
He came up in a very difficult time.
But Solar
Have more and power on stage, and it just couldn't be denied.
He entertained the world for 60 years. His performance, a masterpiece.
That doesn't mean everybody's going to like what you're doing, but at least they'll be able to say, he performed for me, man. He gave his all. Damn, that man.
We'll have more on Sammy Davis Jr. and Jim Henson coming up on CBS this morning.
This morning, we're going to be chatting with some of Sammy Davis Jr.'s fellow dancers as we continue to pay tribute to Sammy Davis Jr. this morning. And coming up next, remembering Sammy Davis Jr.
Jimmy Stewart. Well, very well, because of you, the sun will shine, and the moon and the stars and the house and the car will be mine.
Oh, I remember seeing him in a theater called the Harlem Opera House, which was before the Apollo Theater. I guess that sort of started it all, because that was the big band era. And I remember this kid dancing.
Something else.
Oh, my God. you just, you know.
Yeah. Did you know then that he was going to go on to become a big, big star?
We didn't know.
Well, it's just that he did so many things so well. I didn't dream that he would get as big as he did. But he was so fantastic with the singing, with the dancing, with the acting, with the mimicry.
Yeah.
And such a nice person on top of it, such a big-hearted person on top of it.
You all worked together on the movie, Tap.
Yeah.
Savion, do you remember working with Sammy? Did he teach you anything? Did he give you anything?
He taught me a lot, not dancing-wise, just how to, you know, conduct yourself, myself. You know, I like really didn't get to know him, but he did play like an important part in my life, being a dancer.
Yeah, just as a role model.
Yes.
As a leader.
Yes.
He went a lot of places a lot of people couldn't go for a long time.
Definitely.
Yes,
He opened the door for a lot of things, a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, it's strange when you talk about Sammy, and the talent always overshadow all the good things that this man has done. I heard Steve this morning, Steve Lawrence, and the things he was talking about that people aren't aware of, that I think it's going to take a while for them to realize the giving us his great talent.
An extraordinarily generous man.
He's the cause of me doing my first dance in Las Vegas.
He got you to Las Vegas?
Yes, in Club Ballet. And we did taps, and he said, Sandman, you never worked Vegas, so come on and do taps on the stage with us. Him and Jerry Lewis.
I remember that.
Yes, and he got me on that, and
I remember that.
in the picture taps, while we wasn't doing anything, All we was doing, sitting around talking. And every time we talked to each other, dancing came up.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, all the rest of it's unnecessary. Let's talk about dancing.
There you go. Sandman, Henry, Savion, thank you all for coming in this morning. Do appreciate it. It's 5 minutes before the hour. We'll be back.
All right.